Knaus has redeveloped its Van TI range for 2021, and this is the 650 MEG model with single beds at the back. There's also a shorter model with a French bed layout. Look at it, it's quite a handsome beast, isn't it? And that's because this one is in Vansation spec. That's another new thing for this year. And Vansation gives you lots and lots of equipment. You'll see the awning on the other side, the satellite dish on the roof, the alloy wheels and so on. And then there's some nice little features like these running boards. But the key thing with all Van TIs is that they are quite narrow for coach-built motorhomes, just 2.2 metres wide. And you can see that in the merging of the habitation body to the cab. There's very little extra width behind the cab. Also some lovely features built into the vehicle, such as this service hatch where you've got cleaning access into your fresh water tank, your filler there, and of course the fresh and wastewater drains and the winter drain for the water heater. Truma combi boiler in this one. Now it's no surprise to find a big garage in the back of a German motorhome with fixed single beds. And this one is a really good size. There's lights at both sides, the usual tie down hooks and some shelves and so on, and also access to all your fuses and RCD in there. But the key thing about the back of this Van TI is the new design. So these tail lights are actually flush with the body. You normally on the back of a motorhome see a section that juts out, adding extra length. But by redesigning the whole back end of the motorhome, Knaus says they've saved about 10 centimetres. So that's extra living space inside. And of course, in usual motorhome terms, they've come up with a clever name for it. It's called Fold Expand. Now my crib sheet on the laptop tells me that Vansation spec includes winter white special upholstery, which fortunately isn't actually white, a 27-inch TV with the satellite dish on the roof, cruise control, DAB plus radio with sat-nav as well, and camping software, so it'll hopefully give you a nice selection of campsites to find directly from your sat-nav. The Truma iNet system and the CP plus, the better digital control panel for your heating, LED daytime driving lights, electrically adjustable and heated door mirrors, BWT water filter and 16-inch alloy wheels. So all the toys as standard. Now, despite all that spec, you've still got over 500 kilos of payload, and there's very, very few options fitted to this example, the main one being the 9-speed automatic gearbox from Fiat. Virtually everything else you see is standard on this vehicle. And the layout is pretty standard too. You've got this L-shaped seating arrangement here, which converts into a half dinette to give you the 2 rear travel seats. A very small inward facing seat by the door, perhaps more somewhere to sit and put your feet up than anything else. But it's a typical European layout. The table moves in all the usual ways, twists and so on, and slides, so that's quite practical, and it's not too dominant in the space. But what I really like is there's nice lighting, although we could do with some reading lights in the cab, but big over cab sunroof, nice roof light over the lounge as well, and the modern design, it feels very contemporary in here, as you'd probably expect of a Knaus. Knaus says that it's redesigned the seatbelt mountings in this Van TI so that you've got an extra 12 centimetres of space in the lounge as well. And they've also improved seating comfort. This backrest has quite a good lumbar support to it, just with the shape of the backrest, a lot more comfortable than certain half dinettes. And they've continued the cab floor into the lounge area, so you've got a slight step down into the kitchen, but again the seat height is at a comfortable level. Moving on to the kitchen, well, it could be described as typically German. You've got just a 2-burner hob and a sink, not a lot of worktop space until you add this little flap by the door. But because the door is extra wide, that doesn't impede access as much as in many other vehicles. The door oddly does lack a window, but that doesn't seem to matter in what is a nice light and airy interior. Pity it doesn't have central locking though. What it does have is these neat little coat hooks, a couple of them. Now if you come back from a walk, you've got a wet coat. Well, if it's dry you might hang it on the wall here next to the washroom, but if you've got a wet coat, hang it on the door. The drips go into the stepwell and not onto your carpets if you've got those down. Going back into the kitchen area, well, you've got a nice design to it. It all feels very modern. When you look in the top locker, there's an upstand here to keep things in situ. But the real star feature is, look at the size of these drawers. They're enormous, 2 of them, both soft close. And then also a star feature, of course, is this 142 litre fridge freezer with automatic energy selection. Of course, a key aspect of a motorhome like this is the end bedroom, with twin single beds above a garage. Beds are 1.94 and 1.96 metres long, so pretty close to identical in size. And they're good, comfortable mattresses too. Window on the off side, roof vent above me here, and you've got a main socket and a couple of USB ports here, although I might have preferred to have the USB ports in these top shelves where you could happily leave a tablet or phone out of the way on charge. If you've forgotten to turn off the lights in the lounge, you can do so from these switches here, which is quite neat, and it does feel quite a nice stylish bedroom, but there is a downside. When you lie in bed, these top lockers are rather intrusive and there's not a lot of headroom above your pillow before you bang your head on these top cupboards. Alternatively, of course, you can sleep across the vehicle. There's an infill panel goes in here with an extra cushion, and then you get into bed with a ladder rather than these 2 steps. Gives you a huge transverse double, 1.94 metres by 1.69 metres, but you still can't sit up comfortably in bed because of these shelf units on either side. There's more storage under the foot of each of these single beds, both accessible from the front, on each side, and also from the top. Now only this side has a hanging rail, but it's quite a good size, plenty of height for shirts, jackets and so on, but not for taller items. But there is another wardrobe just here. Now this one is full height, and although it has a central shelf, you can take that out to hang a couple of long dresses if that's what you need to carry. The washroom continues the modern design throughout this Knaus motorhome. You've got the superior Dometic toilet, and although there might not appear to be much worktop around the basin, well, this little flap solves that problem. Plenty of washroom storage too, with little upstands to help keep things in place. But the star feature has to be the shower. You just undo this catch and the basin and wall simply flips around, and now you've got a good sized shower cubicle, and you simply pull out the tap to use that as the shower head. And also these little recesses now really come into their own as part of the shower. Apart from the intrusive overhead cupboards in the bedroom, there's a lot about this new Knaus Vansation that's really impressed me. I like the way it drives because of its compact size and narrow width. I like the really comprehensive specification. The price is good too, 61.5 grand, including the automatic gearbox, and exactly as you see it here. But the thing that's impressed me more than anything else is the top-notch build quality. Plenty more will be coming along soon, but don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.